Hello and welcome back to the video on the rest of and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And Jerry, it's a big show today because of course it is the go home show ahead of Elimination Chamber. And Jerry, it's airing from Montreal, the home of Sami Zayn of course, and he got a rapturous reception. And we also had some other matches on the show as we build up towards the last major stop on the road to WrestleMania. So let's get straight into it. Natalya and Shotzi kicked off the show and they were taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Natalya and Shayna kicked off the match and the latter was in control early. Natty got a kick to the face before tags were made, and Ronda locked in the armbar on Shotzi. Baszler and Ronda walked on Shotzi's arm, but was sent outside before she hit a big dive. Natalya came back and got a suplex and a powerbomb before Shayna broke out the sharpshooter, and Ronda was caught in the sharpshooter as well before Shayna broke it up. Ronda came back with an armbar on Shotzi and picked up the W. And yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. The match wasn't actually bad. There was one botch in there which wasn't great, but you know, the crowds weren't really into this, and yeah, that's quite evident with their chanting throughout, which was a shame. But yeah, Ronda and Shayna kind of having to get the win. But yeah, it wasn't a bad match, but just other things kind of overshadowed it in a way. 6 out of 10. Hit Row was in the ring and made fun of Canada before the lights went out, and they came back. Bray Wyatt and Crowley were there, and they took out Hit Row. After clearing the room, Wyatt called out Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar and said the winner of the match should watch out. So yeah, that's very interesting, potentially hitting a possible WrestleMania direction. I thought both of those directions were taken with them facing off against each other, but that hints against something different. So yeah, very interesting to see where that goes. But it's then time for Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus the Viking Raiders. Ivar and Sheamus kicked off the match, and the latter went for a broke kick early but missed. Sheamus sent Ivar outside and hit a dive before Drew attacked Eric at ringside. After a break, Eric tagged in and got control before Drew came in and hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Eric and a neck breaker on Ivar. Drew then hit Eric with a Michinoku driver before he and Sheamus did the beats of the battering together on the apron. Sheamus then took a powerbomb and got a big counter before Valhalla ran a distraction. Drew kicked out of the Viking splash and dodged Ragnarok before Sheamus came in with a bro and on Ivar, and Drew hit the Claymore on Eric for the win. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Really, really good match this. Kind of putting over the Viking Raiders. Even in defeat, having such a great match, and Sheamus and Drew kind of building up the team. And yeah, I wonder if we're going to get a blow-off at WrestleMania. It seems like that could be the room direction with the IC title feud. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. Plans change, as they say. But yeah, this was a really great match. 7 out of 10. Rey Mysterio was then backstage when Karrion Kross came up and taunted him, calling him a terrible father. A bit harsh, right? But yeah, I guess you're not wrong with Dom's antics. But anyway, Oscar then took on Liv Morgan. Oscar was in control early, and Raquel Rodriguez showed up and went off to Carmella, who was on commentary. Nikki Cross also showed up, and the ringside area is getting crowded. Yeah, Nikki Cross was very odd on commentary, I do have to say. Morgan hit an Oblivion in the room before Natalya was out to spectate as well. Liv got some big kicks before Oscar missed a big move before, but locked out in the Oscar lock. Morgan struggled for it before finally tapping out. After the match, Carmella took Oscar out before Natalya took her out. Nikki Cross came back and wiped Natty out before Raquel took Nikki out. Raquel was celebrating when Liv came back and took her down before staring Oscar down in the ring. And yeah, kind of a big stare off there between probably maybe the two favourites in the match. So yeah, that was good and a really good match as well. So yeah, they get 7 out of 10 for me. Good segment. Oscar's looking like a beast. And yeah, I really am looking forward to the chamber match. It's going to be good between these 6 women. Next up, the IC title was on the line with Gunther taking on Madcap Moss. Moss took Gunther early on down and laid down some strikes before the chant grounds them and got a headlock in. Moss then broke out and got a spear and a spine buster after the near fall before tossing Gunther outside. Madcap got some more hits back in the ring before hitting a follow-away slam from the ropes. Gunther kicked out before hitting a powerbomb and getting a sudden pin. And yeah, this didn't go as long as I thought it would, to be honest. Quite a dominant win for Gunther, which was a bit of a shame. Kind of had to maybe get cut for the Sami segment at the end. But yeah, showing Madcap Moss can get more of an opportunity. But another dominant win for Gunther. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. Sami Zayn was out next in his hometown and the crowd went nuts. He chanted "You deserve it," and Sami greeted them in French. And yeah, it's great to see worlds apart being used here as well. That was really good. He said that Roman would face Zayn with the entire city of Montreal backing, and Sami vowed to win a Universal Championship tomorrow night before its Smackdown went off the air. And a brilliant promo from Zayn. It was short and sweet, but the crowd was so over, and it just made the whole thing special. And yeah, it's got me so hyped for the match. The Montreal crowd tomorrow, it could well be Money in the Bank 2011 levels. That's how over Sami Zayn was here. Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. But overall this week, Smackdown gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, on the whole, a really good episode of Smackdown this week, I thought. Built well to the chamber. some really decent matches on the card, I have to say. And yeah, the Sami Zayn promo at the end was brilliant too. So yeah, on the whole, a really, really good episode of SmackDown this week. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, follow the show for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.